Okay, today I got something kind of fun for you. It's basically it's a bowl of rocks, and well, this may not be the most exciting thing to most people right off the bat. It is kind of interesting. We actually go out looking for these specifically, and it's not really rocks. It's slag. It's kind of funny. Up here, back in the mid 1800s, like late 1800s, early 1900s, we had a lot of iron furnaces, iron smelting plants, and what they would do is in the process of making iron, you get slag. It's like all the impurities and things they pull out of it, and it's just a waste product. And so what they did is, like, when they closed a lot of the plants down, is that they just went and dumped it on the various lakes around here. So if you go out and walk along the beaches, a lot of times you will find chunks of this glass, kind of like rock, almost looks like pumice or something like that, or obsidian, but it's really just slag. Again, just industrial slag, is just waste. And most of the stuff around here, again, is from like the probably mid to late 1800s. And it's kind of fascinating because it's not something I really knew about, but we had a few different kinds up here. They call it Leland Blue, Frankfort Green, and you go to like Elk Rapids and the Cadillac. All the places up here in northern Michigan, there's a lot of it around in various lakes, and then you go to like the UP, there's some, I know like in Sweden there's some. Anytime you have like a lot of these blast furnaces around, from that time period they made this slag. And the reason why it's called like Frankfort Green, like this is a good chunk of it here. So as you can see, it's like a green color, and their furnace made mostly green. Now I've heard a few things that it comes with the temperature that the furnace was running, or the temperature of like the steel they were trying to make, because I guess like different steels require different temperatures. But whatever the reason is, in Frankfurt area, they did a lot of green. So as you can see here, I mean, it's all super bubbly, and it's all this is all the stuff that would come off the iron when they were smelting it, and just dump it aside, and later on they dumped it in the lake. So there's that. And this is Leland Blue. So you can see here, it's a lot more of like a bluish color, and there's a lot of gradients in the colors too. So there's that one. You can see like this one's almost more of like a purple. Again, almost more of a glass, and some of the other ones are more opaque. These ones I like quite a lot. You can see these colors here, like more of like a sky blue, with a little white coming in. And we really like this kind of stuff. In fact, we like it so much that my fiance's engagement ring is a Leland Blue. So you see that one here. But in a lot of the other places, it can be relatively hard to find. And this isn't everything, but for the most part, and most of the various beaches we've gone to, this is about all we found. Like I said, not a lot. I mean, like I said, there's some other ones around, and this isn't all that. But for the most part, this is the kind of stuff we found, little bits. So we went out looking just the other day, up in the Elk Rapids area, and it's a secret, don't tell anybody. And this is what we found just walking the beaches in maybe like an hour or so. And I thought this was pretty cool, because this gives you a really good kind of variation, shows you all the variations and the slag. And so like I said, this one is one of my favorites, and it's a really dark green, again, very glassy, and you can kind of see all the bubbles on here. Thought that one was pretty cool. And then, like I said, in the exact same beach, you find ones that are like this purple color. You can see this one's, all kind of roughed up. Needs to be polished to let the color come out. But yeah, that's that one. And then you have like this gray, kind of almost a grayish black, like looks more like an obsidian. You get those. And then there's this one's like a bit of a lighter green, not quite so dark. And then you get like some of these almost kind of remind me of like moon rock kind of things. Pretty cool, like something you see like the astronauts bring back from visiting the moon. And then like here's a good one too. See, it's all bubbly and craggy and all the other little impurities and stuff in there. So yeah, we found all of this, and we did get some beach glass too. We also collect that. But yeah, we got all this again in maybe like an hour, and this was like our best like haul ever. And I know to some people You know, even this is nothing. Like they go out and get buckets full of this stuff. But it's kind of fascinating. And if you go down to like Frankfort, apparently they used it in foundations. So like you go to like older homes and their foundations or backfill is all this. They used it to build like railroad trestles. Any of the like when they raise up the tracks, they use this as the fill. You know, it's just kind of fascinating, and it's like that. You know, an industrial like byproduct like this waste. It's just, you know, essentially glass, or you know, kind of like a man-made rock can be, you know, so, you know, beautiful and repurposed into so many different things like jewelry, or you know, I mean, most people do jewelry, but you could probably make art and sculptures out of it, whatever. So yeah, so I'm not really sure like what the best way to polish this kind of stuff is, just in a tumbler or what, but we're still experimenting around in it. But anyway, I thought it might be kind of cool. Like I said, it's not something you kind of like see every day as Slag glass, but it is available. I did a quick look, and again, there's like I think it's called Swedish Blue over in Sweden. I think there's some down in Tennessee. It's like Tennessee Blue. So sure, if you're interested, you can look around and you may find, you know, a green, or like a, you know, dark green or blue or purple or gray, or you know, some kind of like slag in your area. But anyway, just thought it was kind of cool, kind of fun, and you know, when you go out and poke around a lake, you never know what you're gonna find. So anyway, that's it. Just slag glass, really. I said Frankfort Green, some Leland Blue, and some everything. So that's it. Thanks. Bye.